time. One people, one nation, one destiny. My dear friends, at this time, we're going to bring Councilman Denovan Richards, who is the Queens Borough President candidate, to bring his remarks.
Is Guyana in the house? I don't hear y'all. Is Guyana in the house? It's an honor to be here in Little Guyana, standing with the people, because that's who we stand with. He said roadie. I know about some good roadie too. I'm going to civils right after this. But let me just say this. We are stronger together. Divided we fall. You know, we might have all came on a different boat, but we're all in the same ship. So this is why it is so critical that we stand together right here for the people back home, so that they know that the people who've come here are standing for democracy every step of the way. We can't have nations where it's democracy for the few, for all. So when the people speak, we got to respect what the people say. And the people clearly sent the message in this election. So we got more work to do. But this is why we're here today, united. Because when we are united, nothing can defeat the people. United, we will never be defeated. Can I hear you? United, we never be defeated. So I want to thank you for hearing me briefly. In the most diverse county in the country, 190, 200 countries represented right here in the borough of Queens. And this celebrate our diversity. There may be those who want to build walls, but right here in Queens County, we build bridges, and that's what we're going to continue to do for the people back home. So thank you for coming. I'm Denovan Richards. Let's win this one. The people won this battle. God bless you all.
Thank you, Denovan. So I'm going to ask you again, if you could take two friends. He is the Assembly District Leader for District 32, and she's also representing District Leader Anthony Andrew for Assemblyman of District 32 to speak, and she's bringing greetings on his behalf.
Good evening.
And blessings unto you all. My name is Joanna Franco, and I am the county member for Assembly District 32. I hear you, and we accept, and we stand in solidarity with you. I hear you, I hear you. That's why we're all here today. Okay. I'll offer this to you all. Psalms 46, 1-3. It says, God is our refuge and strength, and even present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Through the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the of the sea. Through its waters roar, and the mountains quake with their surging. So with that, our love and our stand in solidarity with you from my district leader, your district leader, from Assembly District 32, Anthony Andrews, and this is what he says. He says, my dear friends and neighbors, I've asked Joanne to represent this rally because I am overcome with sadness what is happening in Guyana. Now it happens the last few days is totally inconceivable to me. The people that are causing the riots and the disruption Any government service cannot be allowed to continue this path of disruptions over, and no matter what, how people feel about the results, it is now time for the country to come together in solidarity. Is that the politics of do not trickle down to the United States so that we become fractionized by the politics. We must stand in unity here in the United States as we are here in Richmond Hill at this very moment and send a message back home that a country divided will certainly fall. May we continue to stand and stay together and pray for God's peace to wash over wrath, to be directed at those who would seek to divide us and the mother country. God bless each and every one of you, my brothers and sisters, as I stand here in solidarity with you. Thank you, and my heart weeps with you guys, and we stand with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Joanne. At this time, my dear friends, it gives me great honor to introduce to you Coalition of Progressive Hindu.
Namaste, assalamu alaikum, sastukal, shalom, good evening everyone. Ryan and I am a co-founder of Sadhana Coalition of Progressive Hindus, and we're an organization that uplifts various values at the heart of Hinduism, including ahimsa, which is nonviolence. Today I'm here addressing all Guyanese, here in New York City, in Guyana, and everywhere. What we are sadly seeing is racism. That racism, I want to underscore, stems from colonialism. It stems from generations ago. I want to say that we were set up by British colonial powers to look at each other with suspicion, to think we have to compete. I repeat, we were set up. The reality is that never has gone away, and today we see it manifesting in the streets of Guyana in bloodshed and in civil unrest. So Guyana, today we are calling out to you. Last night I was with my parents and I saw tears in their eyes because this has hit home really hard. And there are freedom fighters who fought so hard and whose lives we should not let go in vain. How is it that when election season hits, all hell breaks loose? How far have we really come? This is historical, it's complex, it's nuanced. And you know who suffers the most? Those Guyanese who work so hard to make ends meet.
Yes.
Many who fight to rise above poverty day in and day out. People like my mamu who get up very early in the morning. They don't have time to fight with each other, yet their everyday lives are being impacted. They are going to be exploited. And what about the children who now have to question whether their streets are safe before they head to school, and the businesses that are being damaged by erupting violence? I think many of us can relate to say that we're losing sleep over what is happening. And we sit here, we're mourning for our homelands, but those in Guyana are living in actual fear. And it feels like we're going backwards in time, and this is painful to experience. So how do we heal? How do we sustainably move forward? We can stand here, we can call for peace, but we need to go even beyond that. When democracy is at stake, oftentimes pressures to do the right thing come from outlets like the media, who needs to get it right, by the way, as to what they're reporting. Pressures can also come from us and the diaspora. Many of us are literally and figuratively crying. I'm calling on those in positions of power who have clout to ensure that democracy prevails. Let us not go backwards in time. In the end, is it worth shedding blood in exchange for the profit of oil? In the end, are we to put politics over country? Is it our love for country, not based on race? Let us prioritize peace, and once and for all, let's enter healing. And when I was thinking about this, I woke up this morning and I was thinking about a song that goes a little bit like this. जो हम आपस में नाच करते बने हुए क्यों खेल बिखरते काहे लागो घर ये उजड़ते क्यों
बच्चे माँ से बिछड़ते, पूत पूत की क्यों रोते प्यारे बापू के प्राण। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गए भगवान। कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान।
If we continue, the song means, if we continue fighting amongst ourselves, then the process of deterioration will intensify. How many houses are on fire? Gandhi weeps to see the pitiful condition of this degrading world. Look at the state of your world. And I close in asking if you can chant with me these 3 words. We are one.
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 Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Aminta. Is there any Guyanese flag here? I can see your flag. Let me see the flags. All right, let's see the flags. I can see those flags. And as you hold those flags, chant with me. One people. One nation. One destiny. And when I say, what do you want? You say democracy. Want it? You say now. What do we want? I can hear you. What do we want? And when do we want it? I don't think you mean that. What do we want? And when do we want it? Okay, my dear friends. Okay, I heard you loud and clear. All right, this time I ask you guys to please. Okay. Okay, I hear you too, sir. One more time, I ask all of you to please just step back. Let's take 2 steps back. I know you want to be in the front, and I know you want to be in here. But if you take 1 step back, I'll appreciate it, please. I'm going to give you 2 seconds. DJ, give me a little music, please, DJ. DJ, give me a little music, please. Thank you. Oh, you don't have music. I have music here. All right. All right, there you go. Thank you. I want to thank all of you so far for doing this. I want you to give yourself a round of applause. Let's go. You guys are doing this peacefully. The way that we show support. The way that we stand for peace. The way that we stand for democracy. I can hear you. Make some noise for yourself, guys. Let's go. All right. At this time, we welcome Mr. Raj Singh, President. Okay, can you guys just...
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I must admit, I am at a slight disadvantage coming after the sister who just did that wonderful. I wouldn't even try to do it. But today I stand with you. We stand with you. And we appreciate that the organizers have done this on behalf of the people of Guyana. We also appreciate the fact that it's a peace rally.
Yes.
The People's Progressive Party is a peaceful party. Today, had it not been for the peacefulness within us and suppressing the votes of over 250,000 people. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I'm told I should continue to be peaceful. So today our supporters are maintaining peace. But let us remember that long ago, and in fact today, we are celebrating 23 years after the death of Dr. Jagan. But instead of us celebrating his life, we are here with you, struggling for the restoration of democracy, struggling for peace and progress in Guyana. Brothers, let us be clear. Today, we are not standing alone. Quite unlike pre-1992, we have the world with us. We have the ABCEU countries with us. We have the American Congress with us. And we want to say to them, we appreciate the fact that you have come out with a statement in support of the Guyana. We want to thank the Commonwealth. We want to thank the United Nations. We want to thank the rest of the world. As a matter of fact, they come from Republican come from Democrats, they come to all of us to say, stay focused. What we will do. So let me say again, I hope to have another opportunity. We can talk politics, and we will. We cannot suppress the votes. And so we say again, thanks for doing this and keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much. I appreciate it. You know, I know we all know about the votes. We all know. Do you know about the votes? Let me say yeah. All right. Do we know? We all know what should have happened. But what I'm saying to you is this. Today, we do it peacefully. And we can do it without life being lost. Because guess what? All of us standing here have a chance to breathe this beautiful, cool air. Those two men anymore. So I am saying, and we are sending a message across the globe that peace accomplishes all. So my dear friends, all the speakers who are going to speak, and I know we have party lines, and I know we feel very strongly about different things and who should win and who should not win. Today is only about garnering international support and sending this energy of positivity and a positive message of peace and tranquility to our brothers and sisters in our home. Who are we? One nation, one people. All right. At this time, my dear friends, we're going to welcome a community member. Her name is Naya Danisar, and she'll speak for 3 minutes.
Less than 3 minutes. Good night, Guyana.
Good night.
I'm so happy to be here. And a lot of you here because you guys see it on Facebook invitation. And make sure you guys will be here. I'm not Guyanese, but I'm married with Guyanese. And I'm so proud of my husband that is from Guyana. I love my Guyanese family. And I know Guyanese people of peace.
We're full of love.
It's people that love their country. And if you're here tonight, it's because you want to show the world you love your country and you want democracy in your country. Make some noise for you Guyanese. God bless Guyana.
Thank
And
you.
she's from the Dominican Republic. They make some good soup. All right. But now she made Guyana dumpling soup, I bet you. My dear friend, this is what it's about. That when we have a call, and very few times in history do we have a calling to stand up and say what we believe in. Very few times we have a calling to say, I will get out of my couch tonight and leave my home and stand in the cold, shoulder to shoulder with my community members for democracy. What are we standing for? Democracy. What are we standing for? What are we standing for? And fairness. We can't forget fairness. Because my dear friends, like my sister Aminta said, her mamu, who got up early that morning at 4 a.m., took two cars and walked half a mile to get to those polling stations. He did it in the sweat of the heat. And he believed when I dipped my finger in that ink, and he believed that all of us here stand for something. When we stand for democracy, when we stand for, have a community member who also stands for democracy on many levels. I have seen his work in our community. He is a role model of mine. I speak mine, and he will come to the mic at this time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know that. Is there any Guyanese here? Beautiful Guyana. Now, here's the thing. I can't sleep at nights. I'm on the internet. I'm on Facebook. I'm on WhatsApp. 4 o'clock in the morning. People from Guyana calling me. Is it happening to you too? There we go. We same thing, because you know why? We pray. Our country that is called Guyana. Let me see them flags, please. They come from the country called Guyana. Right? That is where our naval strength is buried. And today our land is in. We want peace, because we are a people of peace and justice. Thank you. And just before I came, I spoke to the parents of Denovan Hansraj, the young man who was killed in Cotton Tree. And the father said that I must say to you here in the country.
That's right.
So let us work for peace in Guyana. Let us change our country so that when we meet, celebrate peace.
Thank you, Dr. Dan Polnarayan. He is the president of the Sri Trimurti Bhavan Mandir, who has been doing a lot of work in our community. And he stands also as an educator in our community that educates our children, the leaders of tomorrow. And my dear friends, you are the leaders of tomorrow too. By standing there, you are sending a clear message to your kids that what is right must always be right. It has gone, we stand for fairness for all. My dear friends, this time another community member who stands shoulder to shoulder anywhere there is a chance to promote democracy, unity, and togetherness. I speak of no other than Mr. Albert Choir.
Brothers and sisters, good evening. Thank you very much, Vijay. My name is Albert Baldeo, and I want to thank my brother here, Romeo, who was in Guyana. You came back today, brother? When you came back? Wednesday he came back, but there have been people in Guyana. I want you to give them a special round of applause who left here and went and giving us the news of what we want in Guyana for the updates on the democracy. So let's give them a round of applause, all of those who went there. And I'll try to keep it within what this rally is talking about, peace. There are other things, but here's the thing. We want democracy, but we are not stupid. Smart, we are not stupid. The process has to be completed. So here's what you have to do. All of us have cell phones. All of us have a lot of minutes on it. You've got to call your elected officials here as a constituent. You've got to call Congressman Meeks, Congresswoman Clark, and Albio Cires and let them know. And I'll tell you why. When I called the congressman, he said that he's also hearing news saying that everything is fine. And then we had to jump him and go to the chairman because they need to know the truth and they need to investigate these things. It was not so because the statement of polls were not counted. And like I said, we're smart. We're not Pagli. We're not stupidity. We can read and write. And we understand that. And we come from that. I know because in 1963 our home was burned down in Plaisance. We had to move and go to Better Hope. We were almost killed in the riots. So we've lived through that. And we want to see peace in Guyana. And we know that neither party who's been in power has been perfect. And money has not gone to the people. And the people need to benefit from their God-given right, the oil. And it needs because their table stringers there. So all we want to do is to have free and fair elections. We need to have a complete process. We need to have a transparent process. In that. Call Chuck Schumer. Call Congressman Cires. He sits on the Foreign Affairs Committee of the United States Congress. He's got a voice powerful with all of us here, that we can make sure that we have democracy for all of us, and that we have unity, and that we can live and enjoy what is our birthright, where our navel string is buried. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters. Keep fighting for Guyana. Keep the dream alive. Don't be afraid of everyone. Call them all here. You pay taxes, they have to listen to. That's where the fight is. Thank you. God bless you.
So I have to take the mic, but my dear friends, this is what it takes. It takes all of us coming out and standing shoulder to shoulder. Guyana, and the Guyanese here, we are all. I want to say something to you. Many of you are watching me with 3 eyes. Who knows me? I am not Guyanese.
You're honorary.
Wait. I'm in Guyana. But I don't have to be Guyanese to fight for peace. I don't have to be Guyanese to stand for unity. I don't have to be Guyanese to stand for fairness. I have to be a human being because we're all human the world. And I stand before you shoulder to shoulder to say to you that when we unite as one people,
One nation.
one, I can hear you. When we stand as one nation and for one destiny, we can accomplish anything. And what do we want? Democracy. I can hear the guys back there. What do we want? There's more of you here. What do we want? Democracy. And when do we want it? Now. My dear friends, at this time we bring to speak on the microphone right there, and he is from the Richmond Hill Economic Development Council. There you go. There you go.
Well, folks, a happy good evening to all of you. But today I want to ask of you, what have you done to make that change that is taking place in Guyana? I want to take the opportunity to you can call the Senate, and I will of all of you to get that number. Have yourself ready. The number for the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee is 202-224-4651. Let me repeat it, 224-4651. Call that number tonight. Make sure that they hear your voice. Believe me, you can make a difference. We have seen where all the Americans have positioned themselves to back democracy. Thank you again.
Thank you.
We should call the FBI too.
In all seriousness, my dear friends, at this time we have a young man who is running for office. And he, my dear friends, is here. When he speaks, we are here to hear his words of peace. I speak of no other than our fellow brother, Mr. Richard David.
Welcome, sir.
Good night. Wow, so many familiar faces. I haven't seen this many people here since the Pagwa Parade last year. But in all seriousness, towing, because I want to make sure that I get to see you. Get a box.
We're happy to see you too.
My name is Richard David. I was born in Maikoni, Guyana.
Wow.
And I have a pop quiz for all the Guyanese here tonight. I'm a kid in Guyana, and Chetty Jagan comes to... I want you to tell me what year this is. I'm a kid in Guyana. Chetty Jagan comes to my dam. I'm from Dundee. Dundee, Maikoni. And there's a major election, and he comes to Dundee, Novar School Dam, and he makes a speech. And now I'm a kid, so kids aren't allowed to go. That night, 1990, okay, we have, assalamu alaikum. That night, are you listening to me?
Sure.
That night reminded me of everything about the horror that we saw on our phones last night across Guyana. That so many years ago, we formed vigilantes. All the men in the village have to go up to the dam with every farm tool we had because we didn't have weapons. They had to take garden tools and cutlasses and bricks and sticks. And here's the most shocking part. The women who were at home with the kids had to lock up doors and board up the windows, and the windows are made out of wood. Nobody in my whole dam had keys to the doors. Never had to lock the doors ever. What I saw last night, terror hell, reminded me of that childhood, of that night of terror. But what it also reminded me of is that people will stand up when there is injustice. The Guyanese have a history of fighting for tolerance. The Guyanese people have a history of fighting for each other. And the Guyanese people have a history because we've learned from the father of the nation. The Guyanese people have a belief in democracy. These people have fought and died for democracy to come to Guyana, and the Guyanese people are not going to let democracy slip away. Not now, and not